Hey, sir. You alright? We got an ambulance coming to check you out. Can you see out of your left eye?
My left.
For the most part, you alright?
My head is like bruised here. I got lumps.
You got lumps all over, brother.
He was punching me around the glass. He took the glass out. It started with that lady there. Blind. He was punching her first.
Alright, I'm gonna check on her quick. I'll be right back with you.
This is one of those moments where chaos has already happened, and you're stepping into the aftermath trying to piece together something that clearly spiraled out of control fast. Right from the beginning, the tension is undeniable. Victims are injured, voices are shaken, and the officer is trying to make sense of multiple conflicting accounts all at once. You've got one man describing being punched with glass, another talking about stepping in to defend someone, and then, almost immediately, the situation escalates in seriousness when it's revealed that one of the victims is a blind woman. That detail alone completely shifts the weight of this incident. Now the officer moves quickly, checking injuries, asking direct questions, trying to stabilize the situation. But listen carefully. This isn't just routine questioning. This is real-time reconstruction of a violent encounter where emotions are still raw and memories are coming out fragmented. Witnesses begin to align on one key point. This suspect wasn't just aggressive, he was escalating. What started as verbal, abuse toward women quickly turned physical, and multiple people had to step in just to stop it from getting worse. And this is where the tension starts building, because at this stage, the suspect is gone. No one knows where he is, and all the police have are shaken witnesses, injuries, and a description. But what they don't realize yet is that this situation is far from over.
Hey, man. I know, I got an ambulance coming for you.
I'm okay.
Ma'am,
Just punch me in the face.
I'm a police officer. I'm going to touch your forehead, okay? I just want to move your hair. Okay. Alright, so you got some cuts on your face. You feeling dizzy, lightheaded, anything like that?
My mouth hurts. I think he knocked one of my teeth out.
Okay, can you open your mouth for me? Yeah, you do have a little blood in your mouth. Okay, I have an ambulance coming to talk to you, man. What happened?
There was a man sitting next to me, and all of a sudden, I heard him fussing at these two ladies in the back, calling them bitches and saying all kind of nasty things about him, and that made me angry, so I turned to him and told him to not do that, and then he just swung on me.
Okay. So you told him not to fuss at the ladies in the back, and he just hauled off and hit you?
I said, don't talk to her like that, and then he started yelling at me, and then he hit me, and then he went to go get off the bus, and the door was shut, so he started wailing on the driver. From my understanding, I didn't see that part because I'm blind, but I heard it.
I have an ambulance coming to talk to you. Just sit tight, okay? Did all y'all see this?
Yes.
Good deal. Do you mind hanging out for just a minute? I'm gonna have to talk to everyone if you're okay with it. You're not held here. If you guys want to leave, just let me know so I can talk to you really quick before I go. I got a lot to do before I go. I'm gonna have an ambulance to come check them both out first. Is anybody else injured?
No.
Nobody else is injured?
No.
Okay.
I was sitting right here.
Yep.
He jumped up right there where you sit there and kicked the devil out of me.
So you were sitting right here?
I was sitting right here. He jumped up and took his foot and he kicked me.
Kicked you? How many times did he kick you?
He kicked me about one time. He kicked me hard. After he kicked me, they said, you better shut the f*** up, I'll knock your ass out. He jumped up and grabbed the man off of him.
So you essentially saw him fussing at them. He jumps up and starts wailing on her. That's when you stepped in and grabbed him.
When he jumped over there in her face.
That's when he jumped up and grabbed her.
Yeah.
When he jumped up and started hitting her, was he hitting her with closed fists, or could you see?
He brought me down, bam, bam.
Yep, over
He
that.
got down.
What happened from your perspective?
Well, I saw him punching the lady right there, the blind lady. He was punching her in the face. I don't know what was going on, but she sits up to him. He came over and started punching her in the face, punching me out. And I'm watching this, so I got on the radio. He saw that I wouldn't open the doors. He wanted me to open the door. He was trying to get through the glass and couldn't, so he ripped the glass off.
So that was separating you from the passengers, right? And he pulled it and just started attacking you?
Yeah.
Physically? Was he, I know it sounds like a dumb question, was he hitting you with closed fists?
Yeah.
Punching you? And he just wanted to be let off, essentially? That's why he went to attacking you?
Yeah. I was almost unconscious. I had to let him off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because,
Is there any way we can start working on getting these cameras up? What'd this guy look like?
Okay, he had on tan hair.
Now the full picture begins to unfold, and it's far worse than it initially sounded. As more witnesses speak, the story becomes disturbingly clear. The suspect didn't just lash out, he systematically escalated violence across multiple victims. First verbal aggression, then intimidation, then full physical assault. And the most shocking part? He specifically targeted vulnerable individuals, a blind woman, an elderly passenger, and then the bus driver himself. You can hear it in the witnesses' voices. This wasn't just fear, this was disbelief. People are trying to process how someone could flip that quickly in a confined space like a bus. Then comes a critical turning point. The bus driver tries to do the right thing. He keeps the suspect inside, likely hoping police can arrive before he escapes. But that decision triggers something even more dangerous. The suspect snaps. He tears apart the protective partition, literally destroying the barrier, and launches a brutal attack on the driver. At this point, it's no longer just assault, it's survival. The driver is overwhelmed, nearly losing consciousness, and is forced to let him go. And just like that, the suspect disappears. But here's the twist that raises the stakes even higher. Police are still on scene, still collecting evidence, completely unaware that the man responsible is still very close.
Long sleeve shirt, like a long john shirt, a blue cap.
And his hand says Savannah.
Yeah, he got gold in his mouth. But he real nasty.
He's a nice looking gentleman, but he got just something wrong.
Thank you guys. Any y'all on the bus?
Yeah, we all.
Good deal.
I'm sitting back here.
Yep.
I heard that little lady right there was saying he stepped on her foot or something. She kept saying, well, you could have said, excuse me or something. So he kept on. So finally he started using profanity. And he stood up and he was cursing her. And he kept acting like he might was going to hit her or stuff. So, you know, everybody's scared. So I didn't know that the other lady was blind who he hit. So he kept telling her to stay out of it. So finally she said one more thing and he just went to beating on her. So the driver, I thought maybe he was trying to hold him in there so y'all might come and catch him in there. So he got mad. He kept saying, open this door, open this door. He went back and he tore the whole thing. He just pulled the whole thing right back and was trying to pull him from out of there or whatever. Then we scared he might have a gun.
Yeah.
So finally when that door got open, he jumped out and ran.
So driver is agged out. His eyes are swelling shut. This dude straight up tore the dividing partition off to physically attack him. Beat the shit out of a blind woman. Lacerations all over her face. After physically assaulting another elderly female in here, was wrestled to the ground by the gentleman in the high visibility vest. Driver tried to keep the guy on the bus so we could get here and take him into custody. And that's when the dude just ripped the partition off and went to town. He was like, I was losing consciousness, so I finally just let him out. I got to get pictures of him. If you could work with Kat on getting video footage, if you could talk to female in the black here and the blue right here, that'd be fantastic.
I'll get their statements, I'll get their information, I'll do supplemental, okay?
Do you mind if I grab a picture of your face to document your injuries, if you don't mind? Is that okay?
That's what you have to do.
I do. You're pretty busted up.
Are y'all working on getting camera footage?
Yeah, we're calling the safety manager because he can get it immediately.
Do you mind if I take some photographs of your injuries?
Yeah, but can I go somewhere else?
Yes. Where do you want to go?
Anywhere?
Do you want to go sit at the rear of my car, away from everyone?
Yes,
we can
please.
bring you out there. You may want to go the other way. They got broken glass on the ground over here.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay, I'm okay. All right.
God bless you for holding each other. Yeah.
God bless you.
While police are getting all the information they can about the suspect,
Now we enter a critical phase. This is where investigation meets urgency. Officers are gathering statements, documenting injuries, and trying to determine what charges might apply. But there's something deeper happening here, something that adds a layer of realism most people overlook. One of the victims hesitates to press charges, and that moment is powerful because it shows the complexity of real-life incidents. People aren't always driven by revenge. They're confused, shaken, even empathetic. There's talk of possible mental health issues, drug use, uncertainty about whether punishment will actually solve anything. But the officer makes something very clear. This isn't just about one victim. This is about public safety. A man who can attack multiple people, including a bus driver, poses a threat to everyone. Then comes one of the most important transitions in the entire video: surveillance footage. And suddenly, everything becomes undeniable. No more secondhand accounts, no more confusion, just raw visual confirmation of exactly how violent this situation truly was. And right after that, everything shifts. Because now police aren't just investigating anymore, they're hunting.
They have no idea he's still in the area, just a few blocks away.
Well, everyone's out here looking for him, so what'd you see? What happened?
He's starting to beating the white lady. Can't stop bleeding, and I gave her a lot of napkins. I'm sorry, is that normal?
No.
Okay.
Not normal.
That's scary.
This would be my first. I've been here 5 years.
That's really scary because blood everywhere.
I'm all bloody, you know. I'm gonna get blood on stuff.
You're okay. My main concern is if you want to be more comfortable back here, that's fine with me. I'm gonna go ahead and turn up the air for you. I'm not gonna shut you in. I know it gets a little claustrophobic back here. How you doing, man?
All right. Thank you for coming.
Sorry I wasn't sooner, but
Yeah.
thank you for sticking around and taking care of her. I still have ambulances coming for you both. Do you mind if I photograph your injuries now?
Sure.
Any point did you feel like you were gonna lose consciousness?
I don't know. It was kind of a blur when she started hitting me, but I didn't fall down or anything.
Okay. You have a pretty good laceration right below your left eye. This is gonna sound like a real dumb question. If we can find him, do you want to press charges or battery?
I don't know. I don't think so. The other people said it seemed like he was on drugs or having a mental health issue. I don't know. I don't really feel like that's going to help anybody.
Okay. So this is what I'll tell you, is if you don't want to press charges and they don't want to press charges, he's probably not going to get arrested. If you do want to press charges, it's not something that's going to require you to go to court all the time or do anything like that. We handle that.
He attacked the bus driver, and that's unsafe for everyone.
Absolutely. He severely injured the bus driver, okay? And he could have severely injured you more so than you are, or injured other people on that bus. And regardless of drugs or mental health, there's a way we have to act in public, and usually arrest is in the first step in getting some of that help.
Well, I won't be able to ID him, but if everyone else can, then I would consider pressing charges. I don't really know how any of this works.
There's no pressure at all. Right now, my main concern is I want to get you medically cared for. Again, you're free to leave at any point. If you say, bring me home, I don't want to talk to you guys anymore, I'll do that, okay? We're probably going to have a detective come out and investigate this one because the bus driver's pretty injured.
I like him. I know him. He drives me home every day.
So he seems like a very nice guy. Seems like he was looking out for you, and everyone on the bus was trying to look out for each other. Are you okay with waiting back here for just a minute? I'll come back and check on you, okay?
Yeah, I'm good. You've been very kind. Just so you guys know, I can't see a daggone thing.
I know, you're good. Hang tight. I'll leave this door open for you.
Police are now able to obtain the surveillance footage of the attack. The suspect is seen yelling at the elderly woman and getting in her face before the blind woman says something to him. He then gets in her face very quickly as if he's going to assault her, then stands up to defend herself, and the suspect begins hitting her repeatedly. The man with the high visibility vest then tackles the suspect, bringing him to the front near the bus driver. The suspect then notices the bus driver calling for police using his radio and tries to force him to open the door so he can leave. When the bus driver refuses, the suspect begins yanking on and reaching around the glass partition to force the driver to open the door. The suspect then completely destroys the glass partition and begins beating the bus driver, punching him 10 times before the driver has to oblige him, due to him later saying he was about to lose consciousness. The suspect then leaves the scene.
This is where the tension explodes into a completely different kind of confrontation. An officer spots a man matching the suspect's description, and immediately you can feel the shift. The approach is calm, controlled, professional. The officer isn't rushing, isn't escalating. He's trying to manage the situation carefully. But the suspect, he goes in the opposite direction. Denial turns into resistance. Resistance turns into defiance. And defiance quickly turns into confrontation. What makes this moment so intense is the clash of perspectives. From the officer's point of view, this is a lawful detention, based on a matching description tied to a violent crime. From the suspect's perspective, he's being targeted for something he claims he didn't do, and that tension builds fast. The officer gives multiple chances, clear instructions, calm warnings, but every time the suspect pushes back harder, questioning authority, refusing compliance, escalating verbally. Then comes the breaking point, the moment where words stop working. The officer makes it clear compliance is no longer optional, and just like that, it turns physical.
An officer now locates the suspect a couple blocks away from the crime scene and attempts to detain him.
Listen, I've been cool with you, man. I'm gonna ask you to stand up though, turn around, put your hands behind your back real quick.
What I did?
We gotta figure some things out, okay?
What for what?
We got a call that came down. Description very well matches you. It probably isn't you, but we have to figure some stuff out. So.
Man, listen, bro, I just walked up here. I didn't do shit.
Up from where?
I just walked up here from this way. It got me to
I got you. I've seen like about 4 other guys wearing beige. So we're gonna be a quick 1-2, figure it out, and then we'll be done, man.
Figure it out, man. I mean, I just had to stand up with my hand behind my back. I didn't do nothing.
I got you, but that's why we got to figure it out. So it's just gonna be a brief detention, all right, man?
I didn't do nothing. So why you put your hands on me, man?
Listen.
I didn't do nothing, man. I just walked up here.
Here's how it's gonna happen. I'm asking you.
I didn't do nothing. So what you asking me?
Can I say something?
Sure.
So how can, if you say y'all seen other guys with bad description,
they're being stopped as well. They ain't the only. He ain't the only one.
Well, I ain't seen nobody stop but me. That's not about to happen.
I understand that, but dude, we have a job we have to do. Okay.
You have a job, but I didn't do nothing, man. So what you mean? I got to put my hand behind my back until you figure something out. Go ahead and figure it out.
That's how this works.
It's not how it works.
We got.
I just walked up.
Proper description.
And how you know it's me?
Well, I didn't say it was you.
So what the f you talking about putting my hand behind my back for?
Listen, brother. Yeah, just calm down.
I am calm, but you can't now.
I got you. So
I didn't do nothing. I just walked up here. I just walked up here.
I got you.
33 Alpha 1.
Like I said, I'm asking you nicely to help us out to make the situation
I'm not
go.
helping you out.
33
I didn't do nothing.
You're going to be out with who?
So again, what happens when I ask and it doesn't happen? Like you don't help us out here, right? We're gonna have to use force.
Use force? You mean you gonna use force?
Like I'm saying. We're trying to figure out an incident.
And you gonna have to figure it out. But you ain't got nothing to do with me. So you have to figure it out.
Like I'm saying, we're going to briefly detain you.
You ain't about to briefly detain shit, because I didn't do shit. So that's not about to happen. You're not about to briefly detain nothing, man. Because I didn't do nothing. I just walked up here.
Like I said, man, I'm giving you a lot of chances.
You ain't giving me no chances, man. How you giving me some chances? I just walked up here, you gonna tell me to put my hands behind my back for nothing? Man, f you. They put my hand behind my back for nothing. I ain't do shit. What? I ain't do shit. So what the hell you talking about?
I don't want to do this, but
man, I'm not putting my hand behind my back on shit. I didn't do shit, nigga. The f you talking about?
when y'all detaining, what y'all gonna do?
You ain't about to that. Nah, I ain't no, he ain't got to stand nothing.
I'm trying to figure it out.
You ain't got to be part of nothing.
Hey
man, don't run up on me. I ain't do shit.
I was just trying to inform you that 36 and 33 is out with that subject.
The right hand.
36 Alpha 1, start me another unit down here and possibly a supervisor for you.
Man, yeah, see a supervisor. Cause I ain't even
I'll be in round.
I just walked up here. And you gonna grab me and tell me I'm under arrest for nothing?
He's good. He's good.
Hey man, if you gonna get
just let
off me, man.
I got this. Switch.
I'm gonna ask you one more time to get off me.
Okay. Lift your leg.
We got him detained.
Now everything reaches its conclusion, but not without one final layer of intensity. The suspect is restrained, but even in custody, the aggression doesn't stop. He continues shouting, resisting, refusing to accept what's happening. And that behavior tells you something important. This wasn't just a momentary lapse. This was a pattern, and that's confirmed as the video shifts into the aftermath. We learn about his extensive criminal history, dozens of prior arrests, including violent offenses. This isn't someone new to confrontation. This is someone who has repeatedly crossed the line. And despite previous arrests, despite prior warnings, he was still out in public. Until now, the charges stack up quickly. Aggravated assault, battery, intimidation of a vulnerable victim, and ultimately the outcome reflects the severity of what happened. A decade in prison and no chance of early release. But beyond the sentencing, there's a deeper message here. This entire situation started with something small. Words, disrespect, tension. But it escalated because one person chose violence over control. And in a confined space like a bus, that decision put everyone at risk. This isn't just a story about crime. It's a reminder. You never really know who you're dealing with until it's too late.
Did you get off the cat bus after getting out of Gateway? Okay. Well, like I said, we're trying to figure it out, and you being aggressive towards us.
Aggressive.
When I'm asking you to do simple things, you just walked up here from where?
From the damn I don't fucking know.
How'd your hands get all torn up?
I just came up here. I ain't do nothing, I just walked up here. They pull up saying, I fit the description or something. I just walked up here.
You want to set him up?
Come on, brother. Set up for me. Why did you have to do this?
I ain't do shit. What the f you talking about?
Why didn't
bro?
you just like listen when I was talking to you about what we were
bro, how
doing?
you gonna pull up on me and tell me I fit the description on something? I just walked up there.
You think I would just make that up?
The suspect is now transported to the hospital for the use of force, where he still isn't cooperative.
Let's go. I'm ready to go.
Jump in, you broken, you get knocked out.
I never get knocked out. Okay. Never.
Sit down, dude.
Never. Never. Talking about
In the car.
you can't do you doing all that with that bag with the cuff on me. You won't never do this cuff on me. I promise you that.
Do it either way.
Light it out, whoop your ass, though. Yeah, I'll never get knocked out. Never. What the f you gonna do?
This incident took place in Chatham County, Georgia, in June 2025 on a Chatham area transit bus, also known as a CAT bus. The arrested suspect, 40-year-old Brandon Collier, has a lengthy criminal history involving 43 prior arrests in Chatham County dating all the way back to 2002 for crimes such as aggravated battery, aggravated assault, drug possession, obstruction, resisting, terroristic threats, and cruelty to children. In fact, just months prior to the bus attack, Brandon was arrested for threatening victims while holding an upside-down liquor bottle as a weapon in public, which led to him fighting Savannah police officers when they confronted him. For that incident, he was charged with 2 counts of felony willful obstruction by threats or violence, simple battery, terroristic threats, possession of drug-related objects, and probation violation. He was able to bond out of jail and was released back into the public. Due to this incident, along with his many prior arrests, the bus attack sparked public outrage in the area as local officials, including the mayor of Savannah, condemned the attack. Officials from CAT also released statements saying they were deeply disturbed by the attack and that safety protocols would be reviewed and improved following the attack. They have since ordered new safety shields for the CAT buses and are in the beginning stages of upgrading their training for bus drivers. They also announced that this kind of behavior will not be tolerated and have terminated Brandon's rider privileges indefinitely. Following the bus attack, Brandon was charged with 2 counts of felony aggravated assault, 2 counts of felony aggravated battery, felony exploitation and intimidation of a disabled adult or elderly person, felony second-degree criminal damage to property, and 2 counts of obstruction. In October 2025, Brandon took a plea deal for both the bus incident and the incident where he threatened people with a liquor bottle and fought police. He pleaded guilty to 1 count of aggravated battery, 1 count of aggravated assault, exploitation and intimidation of a disabled or elderly person, second-degree criminal damage to property, 1 count of willful obstruction by threats or violence, and terroristic threats, while all other charges were dismissed. Brandon was then sentenced to 10 years in prison and 10 years of probation, and was sentenced as a repeat offender, meaning he must serve the prison portion without parole eligibility. The victims, while they both survived, suffered serious and disfiguring injuries to their faces, and multiple of her teeth appeared to be chipped or broken. She and the bus driver were taken to the hospital and treated for their injuries. They have since made a lengthy and arduous recovery.
You know what's scary? You never really know what somebody's carrying inside them, whether it be anger, resentment, or instability. And that's why when you're around strangers in tight spaces like a bus, awareness matters more than people think. Because the moment someone decides basic respect doesn't apply to them, everybody around them becomes a target. Look at the first signal, the way he turns and starts yelling at an older woman. That kind of disrespect usually tells you something about how a person is wired. And when a blind passenger spoke up, he turned that aggression towards her. So first off, shout out to because speaking up for someone else takes more courage than most people think. In 2023, U.S. transit agencies reported 2,200 major assault injuries sustained on public transit vehicles or within transit environments, the highest annual number recorded in the history of Federal Transit Administration data collection, which is why the officer's approach when he found the suspect matters, because he stayed calm, he didn't escalate, and he used communication first. Because when somebody's already proven they're violent, control matters more than ego. That's not cowardice, that's intelligence. And when the suspect continued escalating, the officer handled business. Because when pressure shows up, people usually stop pretending and you see exactly who you're dealing with. The real question is, when someone like that shows up in a space you think is routine, who's ready for it?